So good morning. I'm on another one of my little quests. I'm in a location I've never been here before, and I'm on a little reservoir. I can't tell you what the name of it is. I think it's Green Bank Reservoir, something like that. I come across this by my accident yesterday. I was looking for somewhere to stop overnight, and I managed to park in the car park. It's a lovely little reservoir. I came for a bit of a quick walk round it last night. It's about a mile to walk right the way round. So, well, 2 miles if you go the long way. I took the short way. I was on Facebook last night and someone posted something, about gear. Do you need to buy the better gear, the better gear, the better gear? Do you get in that rut of buying better gear and become a better photographer by doing it? The answer is no, I don't believe you do. I had a 5D Mark IV, as most of you know if you're long-time subscribers, and I went down to the XT4. So I downscaled from a really good quality full frame camera down to a crop sensor Fuji. So yeah, and I enjoy using it, and that's what it's all about. It's about whether you'll enjoy getting out and stuff like that. I believe that the best photography is being in the right place at the right time. Yes, you need to know how to set up a composition and to make the best of that composition or that situation when you're in it. And yes, a camera that can work in maybe rainy conditions and stuff like that. But the camera doesn't matter. I really believe it doesn't matter. The lens may make a difference, whether you can zoom in onto a subject or whether you've got a wide enough lens to get it all in. So a lens does make a lot of difference, or can make a lot of difference. But I'm going to walk around this reservoir. It's grey, it's miserable, it's raining, it's wet. I'm going to walk around this reservoir again with my mobile phone. I've got a Samsung S21, which is quite a modern phone. I'm going to walk around here and I'm going to take a few photos and edit them on my phone with Snapseed, and just to show you that I don't believe that you need a good camera to make a good photograph. Now please, you tell me whether my photographs are any good from using the phone, or whether you think I could have improved them by using my camera. That's the challenge for you guys. Can I have improved them? Could I have made them any better with having a better camera? Because I'm using the conditions I'm in, the conditions I've got, and the place I'm in. All right, so there's no light, there's no magic fancy equipment around here, there's no magic fancy seascapes, landscapes. You know, it's just a walk around the reservoir, and I'm going to challenge myself to get at least 3 photographs, at least 3, possibly 4, because I've got some ideas as I go around. So yeah, tell me if it works. Tell me, do I need a better camera to make a better shot out of what I get? That's the challenge. The first one is here. Now I can see I've got a bit of a fuzzy screen. I think I've got condensation in my camera from yesterday because it was very, very cold, very, very wet and snowy, and I've got everything drenched. So I think I've got a bit of condensation, so please put up with that bit of a blurry screen. Yeah, so I've got these 2, obviously like pump winches, whatever they are. They're obviously from when they built this reservoir, I would assume. I think it was 1868, something like that, 1886. It was on the screen anyway. I'm sure I'll put it up for you to have a look at. So yeah, my challenge is in now. I'm going to try and get myself a shot of this to make it look like it's worth taking. And please excuse this camera, it's just wandering everywhere because it can't actually lock onto my face, because I can see in the screen that it's all fuzzy. So yeah, let me get a shot of this. I'll put it up on the screen. Could I have improved it if I had a better camera? My camera out, and I'm actually using my mobile phone at the moment to actually walk around the contraptions, and just to see if I can get myself in any different position to make an image work, looking at what I've got. I actually like the mechanics of the wheels, so I'm going to take a shot of the wheels using my general rule of thirds and stuff, lining things up. Come down a little bit lower. Okay, there's one. Let's have a move around again, just moving around in general, just to see if I can get myself in a position where I think it looks good. What about down inside there? That's quite cool. We can look right through. Again, we need to line up the circles, try and get the circles all lined up, which it's not going to do, so we're going to go for something like that, and then maybe even drop the exposure down on my phone so I've got a little bit more in the background. Yeah, a difficult one to do, but we're looking at shapes. Let's go really wide angle and maybe just go for something like that with the reservoir behind it. Right, so that's the first few done. Let's carry on. So as you've seen, I just had my camera out and I was just showing you the video through the actual back of my screen as I was taking the pictures. I've took a few of them. I may end up doing more than 4, you know what I'm like. But if I do, I do. But that's one little subject, and now I'm just making my way around having a bit of a nose on the way around to see what we can find. We've got some nice trees that are down there, but I don't really want to go down too far down the actual slopes. Have a look at that poo bag. Always a poo bag around, isn't there? People can't take them home with them, and there's a bin at the beginning as well. It's just not right, is it? What I did notice is some rather big trees, rather very big trees as we walk around. So maybe there's some intimate shots on the actual trees as well, but I'm looking for something in general. See, there's a really nice tree there. Oh, the wind's picking up. I can hear it whistling through the trees. There's some nice interesting shapes to these trees, but they need some fog. Conditions definitely need to be better to make them better. So I'm literally just going to walk around the pathway and find a couple of shots as we move around, but that tree is quite nice. I do like that one, so maybe that'll work. So the camera's out again. I've got my phone on the go, and I've just had a look at this tree from the other side, and I think it works quite nice here, and the wind's definitely getting up, so I hope the volume works on that. I'm going to take another one at that and see what I can do with snapseed, sorry, see if it'll make it any different. But I like that tree, I like the shape, so we'll go with that, see if that works. Okay, so I've spotted something just as I come to the crossroads in the path. I didn't come this way last night, but I've spotted a couple of these little golden tree things, and I'm just going to have a look and see if I can make them work. And there are some big trees around here, I'm not kidding you, there really is some big trees. So can I make this little golden colours work? It's quite pretty, but not very scenic, if you know what I mean. So I'm on the go again. Those trees didn't work, but I found these roots, and I really like these roots. I think I'm going to have to flip the camera over, so hopefully I'm managing to get this on video for you. That's more like it. So we've got these lovely roots coming from this side leading you up, and all these lines and the greens. So I'm just going to darken it down a little bit because I'm shooting in JPEG. I know what you're saying, why am I shooting in JPEG? Well, why not? So I like that. Can I just move around and get it in a slightly different way? I just like these lines all leading up. What about that? Does that work? Again, I'm going to drop it down slightly, darken it off, and we're going to go with something like that. So let's see what that's like. I've opted to go a different direction than I went last night. I actually went around the small walk. This one's the longer walk, so this is going to be about 2.5 miles, 2.7 miles. So it'd do me good to get a bit of a walk, a bit of exercise, and the conditions aren't anything fancy, so it'd be just nice to have a walk and explore. Maybe somewhere to bring the electric bikes back to, bring Mrs. C, and yeah, have just a quiet weekend, you know, a quiet day. This is very close to home as well. It's only 30 minutes from home, and I'm just looking around and just scouting around the woods. I love all these oranges on these leaves. Look at these oranges. I love all these oranges. Maybe I can get a close-up shot, but I haven't been around this part of the wood, so I don't know, and it's very squidgy and puddly, but it's a good walk. It's a good walk. So I think I found another one. Have a look at this. So I've seen these trees. I like the mosses on this tree. So I'm just trying now to get my phone in a position where it sort of makes it work. Now I'm going to have to darken it down again. So I'm going to bring the light down. Just make sure I keep the sky in. Always bring my shadows up. But I like this diagonal going up this way. I like this one holding it in this side with these roots. And I like this little bit along the bottom there. So I'm going to hold the camera still. Take this one. See if it works. Maybe move the camera around a little bit. Look at the greens, the way they're popping. May even be able to crop this one down and make it a sort of more like a 10x8. Just like the way it's leaning over, and you've got lines from this bottom corner coming in and lines from this corner coming in. So yeah, another one done. What is nice when you're walking around these little woodlands like this, or these, you know, man-made bits and things, is how nice they've actually made it. You know, they've let it grow over the years and got all these lovely trees, and the sound of the birds are fantastic. As I'm walking around, I can hear them chirping all the time. And I do love the sound of the raindrops as well. I can hear them. I could hear them on the van last night, pitter-pattering, and the wind through the trees. My eyes are just scanning and scanning and scanning there, just to see if anything catches my eye. And something I actually talk about in my workshops is how I spot a photograph. And if you're interested and want to know how, give me a shout and I'll explain. I'm not going to give all my hints and tips away, not all for free anyway. But yeah, this is a tree up in front. I've just spotted another tree, but the greens are jumping out at me on the branches. Definitely a woodland that is worth exploring, you know, going off the pathway, because that's where you're going to find the best pictures. Definitely off the pathway. Alright, so I've got another one. I think I've got another one set up and I'm on my phone, so I'm going to flip you around. So I like this little pathway of water that's leading you down, and I love the greens on this tree. I just don't know if it works, you know, when you get back in on the screen, so I need to edit it on Snapseed, like I said, but different conditions it might be pretty awesome. So I'm just working it out. So I've got this leading line taking you down to this greeny thing down here, and again I could drop the exposure down, see if that makes a difference when I come and edit it. Just try and keep some of the greens popping. So we're taking up one of that, and we'll try that one. Another one I've got on the go. I've just come across this one. I like this one as well, so I'm going to show you this. So we've got this laying down tree, and we've got all these little orange leaves everywhere. So again, I'm going to drop the exposure right down, just because I like doing it like that. And I've got this nice dark green tree now with these little orange leaves, and I take one like that, and again I try just to bring the exposure down again, maybe a little bit lower. What about bringing this tree trunk in the bottom corner? What about that if I bring this tree trunk in? Does that matter? No, I don't think it does. I don't think that works. Right, so we'll leave it at that one and we'll try that one out. So it is quite challenging doing this, I must admit. It's if I had my camera, I'd probably make an easier or better job of it, because one thing I haven't got on my phone is a polarizer, and the polarizer would really pop these wet leaves and the greens out. So a polarizer will make a difference, but you can get a polarizer to clip on the front of your phone now, so that's not an excuse. You can get a polarizer. I'm darkening them all down, and I am using JPEG. Now if you used a phone like this and you put it in RAW, you've got even more to manipulate. There's another one here. I'm going to take a second one. I've just taken one on my phone, haven't I? But I'm going to take a second one of this tree and a little orange tree behind it, just because I want to see if it works. So I'll take that and I'll add that to the collection as well. 3 to 4 images. Who are you kidding, eh? God, I've seen loads. But yeah, really, really good. I'm enjoying this. It's a challenge, and it's fun to just let my eye spot something, pick up my phone, take the shot. I've not got to carry a bag. I've not got no tripod with me. I've got nothing that's getting in the way. I've just got a nice, lightweight, easy. And apart from a bottle of water, that's all I've got with me. Oh, and you guys. So I'm almost back to the crossroads where I was last night when I came across the little bridge. You'd think there was something here, wouldn't you? You think there'd be a shot here. I've got all this, I've got little robins. Hello little robins. I've got all this water in front of me, but I just can't see how to use it. So this is what I've got. Got all this water leading you up, and see little robin. You won't be able to see him on the camera, but he's sitting just about there. Little robin there. But yeah, I've got all this water leading me up, but I just can't see how to use it in these conditions, so I'm going to leave it out. But I came across this little bridge last night. Well, I didn't actually come across it. I came across the reservoir join. And the reservoir join is just here, so I'm going to go back on myself a few feet just to show you what I'm doing and where I was yesterday. So we've got this lead for the short walk, which is basically this. This is the short walk. You come across this one the other direction, obviously towards me. So the reservoir sort of split in two. as we can see here. So we're nice and open now in the wind. So there's the reservoir this end. So imagine on a nice calm day or even snow, this would look stunning. And then you've got the little extra section that I went round just now, so I've walked around this extra bit. Right, so we're back to where we were last night, so I know what's round the corner. And I think this bridge just round here must have to have a shot on it. Got to have. So let's have a quick look at this little bridge, this one here, and see if I can do something with my phone with that. Looking at the trees is quite nice. It's really muddy and dirty looking on this, so I don't actually know whether I can make an image of it, but I'll get my phone out anyway and try, just for the sheer fun of it. Okay, so there's our bridge, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this tree in, and I'm just going to take a picture of the bridge. I haven't even done anything with it. What if I darken it down a bit? No, it doesn't really make a lot of difference. So yeah, just keep this tree in because of the texture and the bridge, and I think we'll just do something like that. Maybe lead in line from the bottom left. I don't know, just something like that. Let's have a walk across it, see if there's anything a bit closer or coming back the other direction. It's just one of those things that looks really pretty, goes nowhere and does nothing. So yeah, we'll leave that one, I think, as it is. There's a little bird just sat on the tree now, on the top of it there, look at that. And a person in the background, so let's see if we can just, oh, I wonder if we got that bird in there. Right, let's head on, keep going, because there's a castle up here. So I think I've got another one on the go. I've just spotted this laying down tree that's going off into the reservoir, and I've gone wide angle on it, and I just wanted to see if I can get a bit of a sort of leading sort of shot. So you've got everything's coming from here going down, and from here going down, and everything's leading down through the shot. So I'm just trying a few different positions to see if I can get it to work, and if it does, that should be the one. What is it with me and this camera? It's so easy to take in with my phone. Here we go again. So we've got fungi now, and I just like the diagonal line of the fungi leading you through the image. This is probably one of the better shots from today. So I'm going to darken it down. Look at that, for a beautiful shot of the nice fungus. It's just looking around, seeing if you can find shapes and things at work. The phone is just such an amazing way to take photographs. Let's have that one as well. It's just far too easy, isn't it? Far too easy. Right, another one done. So I'm coming to a little part that I came to yesterday that had all these green, dark green mossy trees. Now I did actually take a couple of photographs, and I think I put them on my Facebook last night, but I'm going to do the same again now, but live with you. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. If you can, spin you around. That's what I'm looking at. These green branches leading in. No idea whether it works properly, but I'm going to give it a go with a little bit of water underneath. So let's get my phone out again. Right, so here we go again. We've got the phone out, and I'm just trying to find a composition I like. I like this top branch. I like the dark green branches, and again I'm going to darken it down just because it's about those dark green branches that I like. So I like the idea of this coming down, framing those. I'm going to move around the tree a little bit, see if I can get myself in a position just to get them branches. That one's quite nice as well, so let's get it in position, darken it down, and get them dark greens leading you in. What about if I go in tighter? Tighter's quite nice, look at that. So here we go, one like that, and we're just going to darken it down a little bit as well to make them greens really pop out. Right, that's that one. I'm just going to move around a little bit more just to see. What about looking into them? What about if we look into the greens? We go a bit closer to the water's edge, lift the camera up really high, darken it down. That's quite cool as well. Definitely getting carried away, aren't I? Definitely getting carried away now. It's just crazy what you can do with a phone. I just love these greens. Here we go, there's another one here. Camera up high, darken it down. Just looking at them leading lines and stuff like that. Right, there's a little path there. I'm going to carry on this way, keep going forwards. This time I'm brightening the image. We've got a lot of bright sky, and you can just see that building on the bottom line, just around there. So that's as close as I can get on my phone. I can actually digitally enhance it, but I don't think it will work very well. So let's just try. I'm going to brighten it up a bit and just give it a go. But I'm not sure it's going to work. So let's go now to these branches that are in the water. Spin you around. We've got these little dead twigs in the water. We'll have a quick snap of that and then onto the castle. So the wind's picking up a little bit because I've come to an open section, and there was a couple of shots here that I noticed last night, but I just can't quite get them. I'm going to put a couple of last night's images up because the light was quite nice, or better than what it was now. It wasn't nice, but I was looking across this gap here behind me. So I was looking across this gap here, and the distance over there was quite nice. So I took a shot of that, and if you look carefully, if I spin you around, if you look carefully, there's this little tiny, I don't know, pumping station house or a little hut. There's a just there. There's one there, and I took a shot of this sort of backdrop there with the colours on it. So I'll pop that up for you now to have a look at from last night. But so this is definitely one of those situations where a long lens is going to make a lot of difference, because if you want to reach right down there, you need the long lens to zoom right in on that little section. The little section would be a really good shot if you had like a 200-300mm lens. You could actually pick that section out and it would make quite a good shot from a distance. But because I haven't got that sort of a zoom lens on my camera, on my phone, it's just not going to work. You can just about see where the van's parked as well. It's in the trees just over there. There is a bit of a treat at this end. I'm going to quickly go and show you it. But first of all, this is the piece de resistance, something like that anyway. If I come in here, it's not a castle, it's the Warden's Warren or something. It was built for a scenic thing back in the 18 whatevers. You could see it over the countryside for the manor that's not far away from here. And it was so the Warden could keep an eye on his deer and stuff in the fields. So it reaches up above the trees. So I'm going to have a quick look at this. Again, I took a photograph of it last night. Very difficult to get the shot that you think you want, but we'll give it a go. We'll get the phone out when we get there. Here it is now, coming up the steps. So up the steps, and you can see in front of me, you got the building just here. It's quite a cool building. I expect in different conditions on different days it would look pretty epic. But again, I'm going to get a shot probably from here. I'm going to go wide, keep part of this wall in it because it's sort of got a little bridge and a wall. It sort of leads you up. Very busy, very messy, but it's worth taking a shot because it's actually in its environment. Alright, so we need to go wide for this. Frame between the two trees, little bridge and the castle in the background. Take the shot, and then I'm going to darken it down a bit again. Take another one, and then we're going to move up a bit closer, see if we can actually pick it out and try and make it look better than what it actually is. Got to walk through the mud, sludgy old mud in my boots. Ugh. Squidge squidge, that's what it's called. It's the Warden's Tower. So now we've got a leading path, and we all look at that. That's a good shot. You got this branch here which is framing it. You got this branch here which is framing it. And you got this leading line taking you up to the actual castle itself. So we'll wait for these people to come past, and then we'll get the shot. I've got to wait for the people to move because I'm not using cloning, am I? I've got to use this Snapseed that I've got on my phone to edit it. Right, so we're going to go for that. I quite like that. I like the way it's going in. And again, I'm going to darken it down. Maybe even darker than that. Take another one. leading lines, and it'll lift the camera up higher. Fantastic. Let's move it a bit closer so we can get a slightly different shot. Maybe coming up and having the little bridge leading across. You've even got like a line that comes through the image there, takes you across the bridge and then up to the castle. So you can put some thought into your images and you can make them work. Especially when you put them on the Snapseed and you make them more gritty. That's it, I'm not going to go mad with that. I'm not going to go crazy with it because it is what it is. I'm going to take hundreds and hundreds of photographs of the tower. But I'm going to make my way now down to this little secret location, and I'll see you at the other end of the reservoir. So you can see that little tower now, can't you, as we come closer and closer to the edge. And we're nearly all the way around now back to the main road. So again, like I said, it's a really nice walk, and you can actually get around it in a decent wheelchair, should I say. Definitely one of them electric chairs. You definitely get around here, I'm sure you would. It's been well designed. So yeah, there's that little hut thing on the end. Again, it'll make a good picture from a distance. Now, I've got to go down some steps in a minute, but if I spin you around, the other side of that iron bridge, which is cool in itself, the other side of this iron bridge is a man-made waterfall. It drops straight down. So I'm going to take you around and show you what it looks like. Because I had a look last night and it looks pretty cool. It's just it's got a private on the gate, so I can't actually get through the actual bottom part of the gate. So we'll have to make do with what we can get to. And if I wanted to do the beginning at the end or the end at the beginning, the name of this reservoir is that. If you can read that. Is it Knypersley Reservoir? I don't know. I have no idea. I can't pronounce words like that. Right, we've got to get down these steps now. Oh, it's windy over this side. Right, I know at the bottom of there it gets a bit muddy as well. But you got to be in it to win it. So we got down the steps safe and sound, and we're just coming up. You can hear the noise behind me, or in front of you, behind you, and there's a lot of water coming over it tonight, this morning. There wasn't as much last night. Like I say, the gate here, if I can bring you down, this is the bit that says private, and I can't go any further than this, which is a shame because there's a bridge there, and you can get a straight shot of it, but absolutely, I think they've done a great job of that, making that underneath that little metal bridge. It looks really good. So I'm going to get a shot here, get the camera out, get the phone out, take a shot of this again, use the stump, use the leading lines, use this grass, the dead stuff around the bottom. Like I say, it's just a shame I can't get on this bridge here and stand straight in. I suppose I probably could. I could sneak in there for 2 seconds, but it does say private, so we'll have to see. Alright, so here we go again, flip the camera around, there's our composition. I'm just going to snap that straight away, so I like the sky, and then I'm going to start controlling the sky a bit better, bringing them colours down and the contrast down, and wait for that car to move, take the shot. Now this thing up the top here, you can see I can move around. This is actually an extra trigger button, so I know it's been in the shots all the time. But you can control where it is. So again, I'm going to bring that down, sky right down, take the shot, and maybe zoom in a bit more and get just the waterfall, maybe that little house on the top, tree, and then go in even tighter and just have a shot of the waterfall on its own. It all makes interesting photographs, don't it? And I'm just wondering whether to go in there or not and stand on that bridge, but I don't think I should. The trees are moving around, it's framed by the trees. Let's have another one of that. Bring the sky down to make sure I've got all that highlights in. Like that. And I think that will do us. So that's me done. I've walked up the grassy bank just to have a look on the been a bit of a nice slow motion for you so you can have a look at the water blowing back over the top because the wind's catching it. So I'm back on the road as I walked across the top. This is a road, so be careful. Yeah, so what more can I say? Was this an interesting video? Did this video actually work? Did I actually manage to put this video together using my Osmo and my phone and get it to work in Streamline? If I did, give myself a thumbs up, and if I did, you lot please give me a thumbs up because I deserve it. Yes, 1868, here we go. That's when that was built, in 1868. So let's get back to the van, get myself a cup of tea, maybe so. I've had bacon and eggs this morning. I put my bacon and eggs in the old Ridge Monkey and had bacon and eggs and a cup of coffee. I had a lazy morning this morning. It was absolutely fantastic, it really was. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice runny yolks, nice crispy bacon. Nom, 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 nom. Ridge Monkey, give them a thumbs up as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. The thumbs up and the liking and subscribing is an extra, but the thumbs up is definitely an important one. Please give it a thumbs up. Love to see your comments. I know a lot of you use the TV to watch these things. So all I want to know in the comments, really, well, comment anything you want to say hi if you want. But yeah, is it worth all the gear? Or can you get decent enough photographs with your phone? Bearing in mind the conditions are grey, miserable, muggy, no colour, no light, no anything. So I've literally made the most of this morning. Would a better camera have made any difference whatsoever? I don't believe it would. In fact, I'd have had to carry it all and it wouldn't have been much fun. So I probably wouldn't have even got the camera out in the first place. Ciao for now, see you soon. If you want to see me edit stuff on Snapseed on my phone, let me know that in the comments as well, and I'll do a specific video just on editing with my Snapseed on my phone. It's a mobile app and it works very, very well. It's very quick, very easy and very simple. So you've seen the images, that's all I can say. Ciao, bye bye, see you soon.